This is Kevin from KBN Design. Where this video is just a response to some of the questions we got about one of our standard products. So it would be the bearing seats. So quick rundown of what this is. So if you have a vertical shaft that is going to be undergoing a horizontal load, and the joint needs to be fixed and rigid, but still able to, well, fixed and rigid translationally, so can't go back, forth, left or right, but it still needs to be able to rotate. Then that is what it's for. Good application for this would be for a joint where the shaft will experience significant wind speeds and forces due to that. And all people are asking, okay, right, so is it any different from a regular bearing housing that you get off of some larger vendors? Well, it's because it actually has two bearings. So it has a thrust bearing. Now these, just a heads up, these only come on request. So the thrust bearing, which takes the weight of the shaft, and a roller bearing, which takes the radial load, such as the recently mentioned wind speeds. Okay, another question that we got is, would you not do a conical, would you not do a version of this for a conical bearing? And I would say absolutely we can. And third question we get is, how is this any different from a bearing housing? And for anyone who's not familiar, and the bearings aren't technically enclosed, but that makes it easier to just slip the bearing in and out, and would also makes the installation simpler anyway, because you just put the bearings in and then just bolt it in. We have a this leads on to the next question. What sizes do these come in? And we're still building up our size catalog, but if you have any specific requirements, we have a catalog drawing. We have a standard geometry for these in it, but we have a catalog drawing in it with just blank sizes labeled A, B, C, and D instead of their actual dimensions. You have a couple of options. You can either tell us what size of these things you actually need, and we'll say, yep, no problem, or you tell us what kind of forces the joint in question will be undergoing, and then we will work it out, double check our strength calculations and all that, and then we'll send you on the information. And the last question we get is, how do we know whether or not this could be right for us? And that is where this bearing seat comes in. So just what's the difference between these two seats? So this seat was machined out of HDPE, and this part was 3D printed out of PLA. This part is, the bearings themselves aside, and this part is much stronger than this part. And this part where the roller bearing slips in has a more precise finish, whereas this one does not. However, why I'm showing you the 3D printed version is that we can print apart and get the surface right in here for the roller bearing. And then send it to you guys if you're interested in checking it out. So you can see it, you can test fit it, you can see whether or not it's right for you. Again, we'll have the inside surface here finished correctly, and you can make the decision from there on whether or not you want it. Now we can 3D print actual bearing seats out of PETG, finish them off on the inside, but they will have to be a solid infill, and we would only do that for very, very, very light applications, because the machine version is more reliable for heavy duty applications. But even this one, I wouldn't be putting it inside a jet engine or anything like that, or anywhere in a plane actually. The geometry shown here, it was only a prototype. But these housings are available in HDPE, as shown here, and we can also provide them in aluminium and stainless steel. We are exploring the option of using cast iron, potentially for wastewater applications. But obviously the bearings themselves cause a bit of an issue there, so we still have to investigate. But yeah, HDPE, aluminium, and stainless are our three default material options. For any more exotic materials, you need to say outright, okay, would you mind looking into, apologies, there's about 100,000 of different materials that came to mind. But yeah, if you have any more questions, then by all means DM us or email us at info@kbndesign.com. Our details will be in the description of this video. This video will be made available on LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. And we're at the 8-minute mark, so this won't be short. But anyway, look, thanks for your time and watching this. And again, if you have any more questions or queries, or if you want to know more about us as a business, then by all means reach out, and we will look forward to hearing from you.